Hey everyone, hey my dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. We're another day closer to being with the Lord. And just so everyone knows, especially those who don't believe, that don't have their faith in Jesus where it belongs, no one knows when they're going to die. Well, in most cases, like some people can be on their deathbed and the doctors will say, you have this long to live, and sometimes it's pretty accurate, but you know, people are not guaranteed tomorrow. Today is always the day of redemption. Today is the day when you should put your faith in Jesus Christ. I'm very sad that I still get comments on my YouTube channels of people saying, you Christians are schizophrenic psychos who believe in the imaginary fairy tale, like that kind of thing. Who believes that? And who goes around telling people that? People that haven't researched or searched for God or the meaning of life or the truth with all of their heart, mind, soul, and strength. That's who does that. And it's very sad. It's irritating as well, but mostly it's just sad. Because a lot of these people, they'll find out when they die that those stupid Christians that we hated so much were telling you the truth the entire time. Remember, not everyone that says, I'm a Christian, is an actual Christian. You got to know people by the fruit they produce. You got to know them that they're an honest Christian and they're not just like when I go to church on Sundays, there's a lot of people and a lot of younger people that you can tell they don't want to be there. And you can tell their heart's not in it. Not that going to church is what it's all about, but if they really care about Jesus, they'd want to learn more and connect with Jesus. And church, we may not all agree, a good church, and not every church is perfect, that's for sure, is a way to connect with Jesus. Like listening to worship music and singing along, that's something I enjoy doing. And with a bunch of believers, that's a good feeling. The sermons I listen to aren't always like the best, but it's decent enough for me to be there. And, I think God likes us to go to church. I really do. And again, I know that might be like a lot of people would disagree with me on this channel because the churches don't know what the truth is. And some of you might say they're kind of soft or they have like poor discernment or, right? They're just not as biblical as the truth community is, biblical cosmology. And the Freemasons and all that's right? Like we're trying to show people the truth in the truth community in hopes that they'll be saved. Salvation is the most important thing. Like a lot of people are successful in life in the world's eyes, but if they don't have salvation in Jesus, what does any of that really matter? You have to really think about that. Put your thinking cap on and understand that, 100 years in this life, not everyone lives to 100. Compare that with eternity, forever. Heaven and hell. Too many people think they're a good person and they are not a good person. They may get offended of me saying that, but that's too bad. If you read the Bible, you'll find out that you're a sinner in need of a savior. Sure, you may be polite and do good deeds and do nice things. Those are all good things, but they do not save you. Why would God be like this? God came to earth as a human being born immaculate conception, lived a perfect sinless life, the only one able to do so and did so. He went to the cross as an innocent man, fully God. He shed his precious blood and died and was buried and then resurrected on the third day according to the scriptures, the Holy Bible. This is the truth in the world. And honestly, if you research things, you'll discover it's literally like the only truth, right? The Big Bang Theory made up by men. The theory of evolution made up by men. The globe and outer space. The Bible says there's a firmament dome, and it says there's waters above that, not outer space. And if you go, that's stupid, I can't even see that. You haven't researched. You should look up what stars and quote-unquote planets actually look like. They're lights in the sky. Earth is creation. God didn't make a universe. He made the heavens and the earth. Earth is creation. That's creation, earth. That's where we live. There's no distant galaxies and all this other stuff. And you might find that hard to believe. But that is how amazingly deceived the world is. If you do your research, you'll discover what NASA is all about. They fake stuff. NASA, not a space agency. They take billions of dollars to do what with? I don't even know the answer to that, but they're doing something with it, and part of the something they're doing is deceiving the masses so people believe man-made theories and not God's word and creation, and that there's outer space forever, and it's just like, we can't even comprehend it, hey? And there's all these little tidbits of quote-unquote facts they have that are lies. Literally just lies. If you go outside today and look at the sun, do you think that's out in outer space moving a gazillion miles an hour and we're all whipping and spinning around it? Because we're not doing any of that. If you go outside and look at the sun and you're like, yeah, it kind of looks like it's just right there. It's because it's right there. It's the greater light. The moon is the lesser light. They're both right there inside the dome. No one's going into outer space. They didn't land on the moon. The Freemasons faked it like they fake space and like they control the world. You're a conspiracy theorist, Josh Sparrow. What are you even talking about? I'm confident in this, so everyone will find out one day. I hope it's not when you die and then have regret for eternity. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth in hell. People are that deceived. Honestly, the earth, science and man say it's millions and billions of years old. The Bible and creation and God say the earth is 6,000 to 7,000 years old. Not that old. Isn't that amazing that creation's only been around that long and all this stuff over history has happened? Jesus, he was here on earth not that long ago in the big picture of eternity. Honestly, that floored me when I found that out and figured that out, that the earth is not that old. It's creation. There's no Big Bang theory of evolution and all those other things. Is there a type of evolution like adaptation where animals can adapt things? And even we as humans, we adapt to certain environments. That is true, but there's no changing of species, changing of kind. We did not evolve from anything. God made humans like he did in the Garden of Eden in the very beginning. Adam and Eve, right? From the dust of the ground, he breathed life into Adam's nostrils. He made Eve out of one of his ribs. That really is true. And if you don't believe it, I feel very sad for you that you haven't had your eyes opened by the creator of everything. Your God and my God. And I know some people might say you have to make Jesus your God, make him your Lord, because he's not forcing you to do anything. He came and died for you and wants you to believe in him. But we're not robots programmed to do everything God says, and I'm just robotic. No, we make mistakes, we're sinners, but that's why Jesus came. That's why he died on the cross and shed his blood, was buried and resurrected 3 days later according to the scriptures. That's why he did that, to save us. Anyways, after saying all that, I hope you will believe in these things, because I know it's hard to believe at first, but you've been brainwashed. You've been lied to. And if you figure out you've been lied to, it should, no offense here, it should piss you off. Because it did when I figured that out, and still does, that people deceive so much. People are deceiving other human beings to hell forever. You don't know when you're going to die. Shouldn't you get right with God today? Shouldn't you research where you're going when you die? Shouldn't you be sure about you're going to heaven? Don't just think you're a good person and you're nice to people so God will save you. That's not the way reality works at all. I'm sure there's millions of good people in hell. Why would God do this? He is trying to save us if we put our faith in him. We don't have to literally do anything else but put our faith and trust in God's finished work already. It is finished, he said, on the cross. Why did he say that? Because he's the propitiation. I love that word. God is the propitiation, the sacrificial lamb without spot or blemish that came to earth, creation, and died for us so we can live forever with him. There will be no more sickness, death, pain, suffering, tears. We will literally be living in a paradise, a new heaven and a new earth in a new glorified body that won't die. You won't feel pain, right? How many people in this world have dealt with physical, emotional pain? And, when people die, it's very tragic, especially if they don't know where they're going. Gustavo Dudamel is a Venezuelan conductor. See, he's got his little conductor wand there. In looking through his social media, he poses with a lot of celebrities. And he's a celebrity. He's got a star on the Walk of Fame. Who could imagine a child from a working class family, blah, 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 Freemason, right? Give me a break. I cannot, if people think I'm rude, they're not getting that these people are sold out to the devil Freemasons. They didn't earn their way through life. They cheated their way through life by selling out. Oh, but let's look up to them and idolize them. If you knew the actual truth, and if you got over me sounding like this, you'd be pissed off too. And you'd go, how dare these people do this? How absolutely dare these people do this? Selling their soul, selling out for rock and roll, selling out to the world, selling out to the devil, selling out themselves, selling out humanity for a little bit of fame and fortune and success. Talk about vanity upon vanity. Oh, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame with all the other sold-out satanic Freemasons. What an absolute honor. Oh, let me bow down towards you, Mr. Celebrity. Oh, here's one of his album covers. It's the stupid big fake globe that's made, the image is made. It's not a photo. There's no photo of Earth from space because space doesn't exist. And if you don't, I'm not saying the wandering stars, the planets, and the stars, and the sun and moon, and the atmosphere, all of that, of course, exists. You can see it with your God-given eyes. But this thing, what do you know? A Freemason talking about space and perpetuating the globe lie? Knock me over with a feather. Why is he a Freemason? Because he's on Billboard magazine, hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do. And he does that stupid pose I talk about every single day for years. So many people still don't get it. And it blows my mind to smithereens where I'm like, how do people not put this together yet? And the answer is they're blinded by Satan. Their hearts are hardened. They cannot see the truth of the glorious gospel of Jesus. And they can't see the satanic world that is lying to them. Oh, he's so enlightened by the false light of Lucifer. He's really something, isn't he? No, he's not. He's a sellout, right? I love these people and want them to go to heaven, but I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, okay, these total sellouts. I'm going to go, yay, I guess I'll worship and idolize these people. They're so much better than us, right? They're in a secret society and they get a pass in life because they've sold out and worship the false light of Lucifer, which is what this pose represents. How many times do I need to show it and say it? Because I show it and say it every day. I'm not alone in this. Thousands of Christians get this. The sad part is thousands of Christians don't get this, right? When I go to church, they have no clue about this stuff. Sometimes I want to go and be like, can I do a little demonstration on stage and have people understand that watching secular TV and movies and music and all that other stuff is really more horrible than you think it is? It's sold out to the devil. If a church plays AC/DC in the church, Highway to Hell, give your head a shake. It's basically blasphemy to me. Oh, Uttara Bodhi Mudra. What a gesture, hey? It's not totally prideful and arrogant or anything. Who is a prideful one? Satan, Lucifer, the light bearer. He is the prideful one, wanting to be above the Most High God. But he is not and never will be. His destiny, his fate is bound to be in the lake of fire that will burn forever with fire and brimstone. Brothers and sisters and everyone else, the world is biblical. What else can I say? Too many people don't realize that, and it's very sad and frustrating and annoying, especially when it's people you love that think you're a crazy person instead of going, okay, maybe I should actually research into this and not be scared of what the world will think of me. Oh, the world might call me mentally ill or say I'm this or that or the other. Who cares? They're wrong. God is right. Who are you trusting? I'm trusting in Jesus. He's God. He's right. He cannot tell a lie. That's something with God. With God, all things are possible, but something God cannot do is lie, because there's no lies in him. The father of lies is another name for Lucifer, the light bearer, Satan. That's who these people are putting their trust in. God calls him the father of lies. He was a murderer from the beginning. There's no truth in him. That's who these clowns are putting their faith in. If you think about it, like, it's very frustrating, and I am frustrated with it. Like, I don't like these people at all. And when I say that, I love them and want them to go to heaven. There's a difference between loving someone, wanting them to have salvation, coming to the truth and knowledge of Christ, than going, oh, I like their secret society stuff, deceiving humanity to hell, taking people with them to hell. Oh, that's really admirable. That's really honorable, hey? So if you don't understand why I always have this tone in my voice, it's because these people are absolutely despicable. They're, yeah, okay, this is what life's about, right? Being vain and selling your soul. So people go, oh, this guy's rich and talented and famous. Oh, wow, let's look up to him. He must be smart or something. And no, these people are absolutely deceived, and they're deceiving others. Do you know how many people want to be an actor or a musician or a rock and roller or just a famous person in general? And this generation, not to sound like an old person, but this generation, they just want to be an internet celebrity. So it means they literally do nothing, and people just like them and go, hey, you're neat. I don't know what you do, but you're just famous for some reason. Lots of subscribers. Like, give me a break. This world is terrible when you know what it actually is. We're told in the Bible as well that when knowledge increases, so will sorrow. Why is that so? Because you learn what the world actually is. You know what? I've thought this for a long time, and I've even said it in the past. A lot of people can't handle this. They don't want to admit that it's true. They might see little things and go, there could be something to this, but I don't want to get into it. If you know this stuff, you might go mentally ill for a bit. Remember, you've been lied to about what creation is. You have been. You're living a lie right now. You wake up every day living and breathing a lie. If you don't know Jesus Christ, you don't have anything. What do you have? Do you take anything with you when you die? No, you go to heaven or hell. Who goes to heaven? True believers in Jesus Christ that have 100% faith in his death, burial, and resurrection. It cannot be said enough, because too many people don't realize this. But if they knew the biblical world, like I'm trying to show them, it would make them angry about what the world is, and they'd go, I need faith in Jesus now to be saved. God bless you, everyone.